Hi there! In this video, we will introduce the different steps of the assessment cycle and their purpose. In this module, we've already learnt that assessment involves much more than just designing a test. You are now aware of the different function of assessments, and you are able to apply the principles of assessment for learning. Now, it is up to you to start designing your own assessments. But where to start? In order to help you design a high-quality assessment, the different steps of the assessment cycle provide a strong handhold. Before you start, you should check whether your institute has a specific assessment policy, or even better, is there a vision on education and the role of assessment? The assessment policy and vision on education will definitely impact your assessment. They will provide you with a framework of principles, guidelines, and possible restrictions. With that framework in mind, you're ready to start the assessment cycle. The first step is design. This means making an assessment plan for your course and deciding on the methods of assessment. Do you remember the concept of constructive alignment? Keep your learning goals and the learning activities close, as your assessment cannot be seen loose from those other sides of the triangle. The next step is assessment construction. Actually developing the assessment tasks or questions. The results of this phase should be an assessment complete with grading scheme, answer model, and feedback plan. Of course, at a certain point, the assessment will be conducted. Beforehand, carefully consider all the conditions under which the assessment takes place. For instance, where will it take place? What are the students allowed and not allowed to use? How much time do they have? What guidance do they need? Will there be exam proctors? Is there a standard protocol that applies? Don't forget to provide the necessary instructions to everyone involved. When the assessment has been conducted, it's time for grading and feedback. Keep your grading scheme and answer model close. Remember that feedback is key for learning and for maximizing the educational effect. Your students will always welcome any feedback provided instead of a naked grade, enabling them to gain more insights in their learning process. We're almost there, but you're not finished just yet. In the second to last phase, you want to analyze all assessment results and look into your students' performance on the different tasks or questions. This will provide you, as a teacher, with invaluable information, not only about your students' performance, but on the quality of your assessment as well as your own teaching. On which aspects did students perform well, and where did they fail? If good students fail on certain questions, what does this say about the question, or about your teaching? You may need to decide on how to fix certain errors or unexpected situations, and think about how this impacts students' grades. We will help you in analysing your assessment results during the final week of the MOOC. And finally, using your analysis, the feedback you receive from your students and your own experiences with the assessment, take time to reflect. Did you achieve your goals? Did the assessment have the desired educational effect? Was it valid and reliable? You might want to alter or improve your assessment. You may even decide the next time round you want to go about assessing your students' learning in a totally different way. But with any new plans you make, never forget to keep your learning goals and learning activities in mind. And keep an eye on your institution or department's vision on assessment and education. And in that way, we're back to where we started.